But Navi didn't choose to make the press back over towards it, and I think that just comes into the hesitation at the early stage. You want to make sure that you get a little bit more looted. Now we're going to see a little bit more push come through, and there comes the counter back over towards it. It's a double up coming out from Edie. Don't forget that there's a side position that we still have Norja that's going to be able to play, so she'll be able to get the flushes onto that pretty quickly. So Navi is starting to lose control very quickly of Pachinki.
He's got the vector map. This is it. This is the time that you've been waiting for. The SMGs are starting to play a pivotal factor. Senya in his little building, hoping for some support, but unfortunately Besto is disconnected on the opposing side of town. Nothing really much they can do. God Meow will fall back. Maybe get into the fray here, as they will have to push the team, maybe even just push completely as a unit to get the refrag and make sure the trades are not available. Besto, top of the tower, chilling for now. Konaxi, angle comes in to try and draw the attention. Senya's going for the push here, but this is the thing. When you're in TPP, you're not going to get away with that. No, no, no. You can look around the corners of the walls. You can see exactly what's going on, and with the damage done, this could be the time to go. Besto tries to fortify the support. Konaxi says no. Death from above. Besto's like, oh no, please, someone help me out with Konaxi down. Wrong way around, excuse me, again, another mistake I'm having. It's all kind of confusing, Matt. This is just too much action for my brain to take in.
It's too early with everything going through here. That's why it's so fun. Give me a Batman drop at some point, but it's going to be God Meow finally meeting up with his teammates, getting the shots back over, and then there is just one up for Navi. Molotov maybe going to connect by some more time, but BURIRAM knows that they've got the advantage. They've got the numbers. I love this. Just walk by and nade a teammate right in front of another one that's down. Be like, I don't even care if you feed this information over. So, Senya, we're in Pachinki. We're in the early game. We're in a fun style of format, but you didn't bring a shotgun to camp a bathroom. This is the moment to make it happen. Go and lean into the memes, Navi. Have fun with this one. Smoke's coming through. God Meow looking like he might want to go ahead and make the run over. See if
wait a second.
into a vector,
no.
Could be
I think with 3 people, it's super hard. Oh no, he's gone for the M4, my dude. He's having none of it. Go on, run. Punch up in the window, distract them as if he's gonna. Yeah, all right. That's some old school stuff.
Bait it out. I love it. Come on, Senya. I'm rooting for you now, underdog. See if you can make a play off of this one. You can see BURIRAM's trying to get a vibe for it. And oh, no, it's going to be Edie picking up another one. 3 kills already. And that's going to be Navi going back to the lobby. And so now everybody else is just making rotations. Petrichor is going to be back over next to Potato Mountain. And those barns and everything back over towards the east is going to be where VP is at. So Petrichor looking like they're making a run back down the hillside and might be opting to go for the same position that we already see VP at.
Navi, unfortunately, kind of continuing the run of how things have been going thus far from the main event. We'll see if they can reset and get back into the fray. It's always hard when you're going to have a hot drop in Pachinki. Don't get me wrong, no one's a real victor out of that. It's very rare we see a clean fight and a team come out with any damage. I mean, hell, we've already seen BURIRAM lose 1 player. That's a damn good nade. Winraja already damaged as well. God Meow is put on red alert, and 2 more are flying his way, man. That could be a GG for BURIRAM, and it's 1 player less standing. VP can mop up the points here, but do not forget, with all this noise that goes on, continuously Petrichor Road is circling and surrounding VP.
I mean, those were some just amazing back-to-back grenade tosses. Sure, they weren't the most complex, and they were down in a little lower area, and so they just kind of like go down in a cubby. It's almost more like playing pool than anything. But still, the lineup and the coordination. Did you see those 2 nades come in for the flushes? Just back-to-back, bounce near on perfectly to take them through. Petrichor trying to find the angle on the outside, but Lou still managing to put in work from this position off to the side. We're going to see any other play come through, because remember, we are at phase 4, and remember, everything condenses down to the center from this point forward. So I don't know if we saw Petrichor watching these earlier games, but that means that they're going to need to make their way back down this hillside here relatively soon. VP seems like they have a better read on what's happening on that. Hopping inside some vehicles, going to go ahead and potentially rotate into a little bit closer of a centralized position. But now you can see that it's pretty wide open right in front of Petrichor. So once they start making their way back down and they lose this tree line, it's going to be real rough for them. You can see everybody on the other side trying to make the move. Edie, the hero coming out from BURIRAM, trying to make a play back over towards the center as well, trying to get a little bit of space away from it, but look off on the side of it. Petrichor is finding themselves a nice little sneaky angle to maybe get 2 points of positioning on this and set up some type of crossfire, because we are in hardcore third person right now as everybody is down on their stomach. Well, one person's down on their stomachs, starting to make it crawl.
Yeah, you've got to keep an eye and keep a track on Mamu's position. Compared to the rest of the roster, like, this is actually disgusting to be able to get himself down in the... Oh, if that would have bounced a little bit more, it could have gone through the middle of the vehicles, but now he's given up the game. Now they'll have some sort of information to where he's going to be lurking. The second one could be much better. It's in the middle, but again, the cars kind of soak up most of the damage. Flashbang up. Won't really happen with the third person. He'll at least be able to look kind of out of the way, which he is doing, and just avoid him at the moment, while the VP vehicles are starting to move in abundance. Damage is done. Eventually, it's going to be the point where you just say, right, stuff it. We're just going to get stuck in here. For Edith, who do you die to first? Spyro in the back, Lou on the left, or Mamu in the front? It's a very tricky situation, and the bombardment all of a sudden from Petrichor Road has come through, and it's continuing. The nades are relentless. Lou is forced to run back from this one. All of a sudden, VP are on the retreat. This is... They've just lost 3 players back to back to back, just like that.
It is just trench warfare, nade to nade. Lou back over there by himself, trying to get something out of this off to the side of it. But there is near on nowhere to go. There we go. Let's start bringing out some shotguns, try to get some play for it. Long making the play around the outside of it. It's just a smoke dance going through this one.
End of the day when it comes to PUBG with something like this, because it's just... It's chaotic, it's wild. We want a bit of fun, we want a bit of laughter. And this time round, we have a different hot drop scenario. 2 teams will fold into Sosnovka military base, and this time it's Petrichor Road and BURIRAM.
This is what I want right here. Give us more hot drops in this style. I'm glad to see that we're getting a little bit of that circle variation that might lead to inclinations like this, because it's harder if you get the same circle every single time. You're playing it out. Now you just gotta land and commit the fights. Who gets the gun first? Who's been practicing this inside their lobbies? And it looks like Edie's already got a read on where one is. Godmeow's got the angle off to the side of it. Good connection and a flush already. Who needs helmets? Just charge through. Body armor also overrated. Just get you some kills.
Huh. If they run into Godmeow, they're screwed. They're actually knackered. Like, they're all going to be coming in tanked up to high heaven. I mean, look at the tab. It's what? 20, 30... Orange is gone.
Yeah.
Oh, what are you doing? Come on, you know these settings. You know it's going to hurt, boys. You can't lose a player this early to the blue. I
mean, in fairness, Navi didn't get to experience the blue circles because they died so early last game. So this is just a learning experience. Okay, I respect it, Orange. Just leave the trail back behind you as you go.
I suppose the only downside for BURIRAM is that all these fights are going to happen downwind of them, behind that big hill that's pretty much behind the apartment blocks. They won't have any vision on this whatsoever. It's higher than the apartments. It's safe where they are. Eventually, they are going to have to leave the safety net of that, and that becomes a problem if someone's on the hillside because you've got an open road in front of you. Ike's left. First one to fall. Besto spots it. Mamu reads the information, is behind, gives Desenya the false sense of security, arrives at the tree, and then says bye-bye. Out of the vehicle, the drive-by attempted. Doesn't happen. Blue damage. My word. 1 HP. Tab has fallen. It's all on Besto to try and hold the line. He's up against the blue. One more nade on the side of Mamu, and it'll be job done. Doesn't matter. It's going to come from a different angle altogether. Miles spots him, gives the information. The second nade's a follow-up, and it's GG. Job done. Navi goes out in 4th again.
BURIRAM's already starting to make their approach onto the other side, cutting right through. Virtus Pro doesn't have the angles to really get a lot of damage just quite yet, so they're at least going to be able to make the start of some landfall coming through this. But do note the fact that you do have a little bit of a higher ground position coming back over. Grenade's going to land, and that is a beautiful toss back over to Godmeow. Going to go ahead and go for the follow-up back over towards it, and carving him back around on this super steep incline is ridiculously hard. So that's great tosses coming out from VP, and could follow up off of this. Look at the protection coming up from the teammate. BURIRAM managed to make it towards the hillside, but it is not working out for them.
Look, I'm seeing kills with a Bison. I'm happy all day long. This is, you never see this thing in play, let alone even in TPP. So if we can see a couple of frags with it, totally fine. Gives you the idea of how today is going to go down. The question is, have VP bitten off more they can chew? You saw the snipe come out. It was in the kill feed. The bolt action did the dirty onto Petrichor Road, but now VP all of a sudden, its resources, Matt, are split, but it doesn't matter. Spires the line, and VP take out Petrichor Road. You've done the damage, you've done the dirty to one side, but have you kept track of where BURIRAM is? We have to be careful between Noadra and Edie. individually, Matt, we know how good these players are.
There is a massive amount of clutch potential coming through this, and remember, this is third party, so being able to look up this hillside is going to have the advantage for everybody on VP, and that's why you can see the grenade lineup coming through, but Edie hits the shots onto one, gets it down on Spiro. That's going to allow the reposition back down the lower ground for this, so the flank could come out back on the other side of it. Ruzin's trying to line up these grenades, toss them back through. Going to be just a touch short, but Nordra can't make the push back up the hillside just quite yet. Do know the fact that VP do have the closer position back over towards the center, and it's going to be the Bison coming back out for it. Nordra wants to go for the play, but you got to try to get something out of this when Edie lines up another one, trying to get some more damage back over towards him. And now how is VP going to play this? Instead, make the play back over towards the center, and it's going to be a quick shot coming out, and Edie, yet again, just walking up this hillside and destroying Virtus Pro. Blew the last one up, trying to look through it, but flanked on both sides, tries to get the shots, and
BURIRAM have just gone for a very ballsy play. It has paid off. It has got them closer. Same goes for Navi.
Yeah.
Petrichor Road still posturing over by the rather open area behind this building. I'm not a big fan of it. You thought they may try and attack it from BURIRAM's position and come downwind a VP, but they have the most laid the land to play with. They can be the slowest in their approach. The smokes are down for VP. BURIRAM's there as well. And now I think between these two teams is who can survive first, because look at the utility that has been cycled. The bombardment is about to unfold, and Navi, it will just fall short. For every single nade that is thrown, every single Molotov, Matrim, you need to be hoping that these targets get hit, because ultimately for late game, you're going to have absolutely nothing.
I mean, there's this little bit of a lip along the ledge that you can see that BURIRAM's using, and we said the fact that we wanted red zones. BURIRAM's trying to make one of their own. It's just not really connecting. But look at VP kind of caught up, hearing all these nades, knowing the fact that there's two teams back over towards the east. They're caught up in looking that direction. Petrichor now is just trying to leapfrog, tree to tree, smoke to smoke, to encroach on the other angle from it. And I love the fact that we're seeing a lot of Molotovs come out to counter the smokes on the approach. But VP now starting to get a lot more awareness, and they're just rolling right into this, and they're getting away with it. It's Marmo yet again. This guy just has no fear, runs back in, grenades going on underneath of his feet, and still going to creep back up on top of this and says, fine, you want to play for center? We'll play for center. On the other side of it, Navi says, hey, you want to throw grenades? We'll throw some of our own. And there you go. BURIRAM is gone, and you said Navi needs to kill everybody? They're well on their way on the start.
Well, Navi now getting to the fray. The Ghost of Ibiza is somewhere in the back, just working its way on these smokes. The car comes flying through the smoke wall and allows Petrichor Road to get somewhere a little bit closer, but now the bombardment moves back onto the side of the Navi. They're getting a taste of their own medicine from previous, as Ike's left does find one. The second target not in abundance, circle closing in, everybody up on top of the buildings. It's pushing, it's forcing this fight. VP's inside. Now, for everyone who's up on top, Petrichor Road, this is probably the most advantageous place to be, unless you fall down like that through a window. That's problematic. You had control for all but a second. It comes down to Mamu to try and hold the line for Petrichor. They're gone. They're at the top spot. VP's 1 point behind them. For VP, it's really just kind of hold on for dear life here, unless Navi gets the win, and then maybe things change up, because that'll be 10 points and send them up to the 30 mark. They can't let VP get any kills. Ooh. 1, 2, he doesn't get it. He just misses out. VP